Like my third cousin's ex. Mansoor Muhammad like my real brother's ex. Dubai embrace me like an emerald.
Yo, my people there. It's your boy Trist Taylor. I'm back with another episode of the Brand Therapy Podcast where we discuss brands, businesses and experiences in a therapeutic fashion. This episode, special one to me. I've got my right hand, my business partner, our boss, the CEO of Tyra Creative, the #1 design agency in the UAE, and that is Tyra Shakil. We're going to be discussing some branding, marketing, designing as well. We're also going to speak about starting your business in Dubai, and we'll find a bit behind the scenes of Dubai Connect. Yeah, so make sure you stay subscribed, watch this to the end, share this to a friend. It's your boy, yeah? It's your boy Trist Taylor. I'm back with another episode of the Brand Therapy Podcast where we discuss brands, businesses and experiences in a therapeutic conversation. So this week, without further ado, I have my business partner, my right hand, the CEO, a Dubai boss, the founder of one of the #1 design agencies in UAE, Tyra Creative. The CEO goes by the name of Tyra Shakil. Oh God. Alright, so first and foremost, let me just break the ice for everyone who's locked in, yeah? Obviously, you lot might, if you follow me intently, you would have seen Tyra across my socials over the last 6 to 8 months.
Really?
Yeah, man, I always be bigging her up, but she's a little bit nervous about coming on the show today. Reason being, this is not what Tyra usually does, so first and foremost, I appreciate you for even giving me your time. Like, I know this is way out of your comfort zone, I know you're like a behind-the-scenes boss. And when, like, explaining your company, I feel like, when I say like design agency, I don't feel like it gives it the justice of what it really is. Like, I feel like design has such a, I don't know, like it has such a stigma of just something that's quite simple and quite straightforward. But what I feel like you do is so much more complex to that. So, as much as I'm happy that I introduced you, what would you say you do on a whole?
I would say I build brands from the start to finish.
Okay. So, having a design agency, explain how that incorporates in that, because like building a brand, like I'm a brand builder, but I can't design for shit, as you know, yeah? But I can definitely build a brand.
Yeah.
So what is it that makes Tyra Creative like the brand builders? Because you obviously do it from a design point of view, right?
Yeah. So.
Go on. Don't worry about it.
So you know you said you build brands?
Yes.
But you're not a designer.
Mm-hmm.
So you can come to me with an idea.
Yeah.
And I can actually make it come to life. So I want to have this brand with X, Y, and Z, and then I make it come to life. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So do you make it come to life from a design point of view, right?
From all points of view.
Okay, so there's marketing involved as well.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So before we even continue, something that I think is like a common question, and I used to struggle with this myself. What is the difference between marketing and branding? What's the difference?
Okay, so.
Is there a difference?
Yes, big difference.
Okay.
So branding is how you look, and marketing is how you approach it,
okay,
how you put it out there. So what are you marketing? Are you marketing 1 item, 2 items, an offer? What are you actually doing? You can't market everything because you've got to find your niche. You can't just pick everything. But yeah, I do everything. Here you go. You've got to pick exactly what you want to do and then market it. Branding is how it looks, how it feels, tone of voice, colours, logos, the whole.
Sick. So and it's so mad because to you that's effortless, that's like obvious, but I think so many people when starting a business, even including myself, like before I really understood the difference, like there is a big difference. So let's start with like marketing, yeah, from a marketing point of view. If I've got a new business, why do I need you, but why do I need to market? What is marketing? Because I think these words are very like nowadays they're really blurred. Marketing, branding, design, like image, you know what I'm saying? What is marketing for my business?
Which business?
Alright, so let's start with, let's say, forget the business I have, let's say I've got a clothing line. Yeah. How do I go about marketing? And what's the difference between marketing and branding in that example?
You need to define your audience.
Okay.
So you've got a t-shirt line. Who is it for? Children, adults, women, men, boys, babies, like who is it for? Find your niche. If you say you've got a t-shirt line for everybody, not everyone's going to buy it. You've got to find, so for example, a 17-year-old boy wants to buy your t-shirt. How are you going to tell him? How do you know about him? What does he like? What does he do? What does he earn? Find your costing, find your price. That's how you do marketing, like, for one brand.
And then branding, in that example.
Why?
Yeah. What makes your business like?
That's a very good question. I actually can't answer that.
You should be able to.
I can't.
Why should I come to Tyra Creative? There's loads of agencies in the world, right?
There is.
So why would I come to you?
Okay, so the reason why my clients trust me and work with me is because I do what I think is good. I also do what your idea is.
Okay.
So every designer thinks they're right, but the client might not like it.
Yeah.
If you don't like what I've done, but on the design aspect of it, it's beautiful, but you don't like it.
Yeah.
I didn't do my job.
Okay.
If it's a terrible design, but you like it, I did my job.
Yeah.
I matched your brief, I delivered, and I always let the client brief me first and tell me what they like, and then I always give them two options: what they like and what I like. Normally it's
normally it's more what you like.
Normally it's what I like, but a bit of them as well, if that makes sense.
And what if they haven't got knowledge though of the market? Like, so say for example, I'm coming to you with a business, and I don't know why. So why is your look better than mine? Like, if I don't have knowledge of that,
It's not even about the look; it's about how you're portraying it. So you said you got a T-shirt line. You've got one item. You've got two items. But you want to display all of them, but you can't. You've got to display one. You're going to confuse them. They're going to I want to buy everything. They don't like it. They're going to go past your post. They're not going to click on it. Pick your best item. Show that.
Okay.
Like I've just taught you that now. As a person building a brand, I want to show I've got 25 different T-shirts, colours.
Yeah.
No, you have to show them that.
Got
Pick
you.
one thing to grab their attention, then they'll click on it. If they see too much, they're not going to click on it. When I'm talking clicking, I'm talking about advertising, marketing.
Yeah. So alright, cool. So obviously, from one thing I say is that the way that you speak when it comes to like brands, marketing, is definitely someone who knows what, like you just said. Like, I know what I'm talking about. You know your shit. How did you get into this? Like, how did you become a standalone company? And obviously, your clientele, like your client. I don't know how much of your client base you want to disclose today, but your client base is not a joke. For those who don't know, like it's a very healthy client base and a good portfolio you've got. So how did this start? Take us back. Because you're not from Dubai. You wasn't born in Dubai.
No.
So let's go back.
I am a local though. I've been here all the time.
Alright, so let's go back. Let's go back to the beginning.
How far do you want to go back?
Let's go back to you coming to Dubai. And did you come to Dubai on a mission to start Tyra Creative?
I didn't come to Dubai by choice at the beginning. I came to Dubai because I followed my dad. I actually didn't like Dubai back in 2000 and when did I come? 2007. Didn't like it.
What was Dubai like?
Dubai was very. Have you seen the film Mean Girls?
Yeah.
My first day at school was like Mean Girls.
Why? Because everyone was a certain way that was different to what you.
I remember pulling up to school. My dad's little old school E36.
Big shot.
Yeah. I pulled up to school and I got in the car and I just seen G-Wagons. I seen Ferraris. I seen 14-year-old girls get out of the car with Prada handbags. I'm straight out of car. I had a piercing, I had trainers, I had Air Max. I'm like, yeah, I'm here. My first day at school, they threw a packet of face wipes at me, makeup off. Anyway.
Is it?
Yeah, so I hated school.
Yeah.
I then went back to the UK, decided to stay, finished my education, went to college, went to university, studied graphic design.
Okay.
Because I loved, from the age of 8 years old, I like drawing. I'm an artist.
So can you draw outside of digital?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, I can actually sketch.
Okay.
So I actually got
Do you think that's it? Do you think that's key to be able to
not
design?
necessarily, no.
Okay.
I don't think you have to draw to be a designer or do marketing. I don't think you have to be a designer to do marketing. You just have to have knowledge. Like, you have to. Where was I?
So yeah, so you came. You could draw at the time. Came to Dubai.
Went back to school. Finished school in the UK. I used to come to Dubai like every month, and then I went to college, studied graphic design. Then went to university. But I'm going to mention I got an A star in fine arts and design technology, and I got an E in English.
Is it?
So I had to go back to college, redo my exams to get into university, because they wouldn't accept me without your UCAS
Which
points.
is so dumb, isn't it? Because you got to go back and do the topic that has nothing to do with the topic you even want to
Exactly,
go on
yeah.
to do.
So did that, got my results, and then just by like 2 points. Got into uni, did graphic design, Got my degree, and then decided to move to Dubai and join my parents that already that stayed in before. Came to Dubai, couldn't find a job for like 9 months.
What kind of jobs was you looking for?
Just like a graphic designer in an agency.
And was graphic design big then? Because everyone's a designer now.
The thing is, the reason why I chose my career is two things. I love design, and no matter what happens in the world, a pandemic, anything that happens, you still need a designer. I'm always needed. So there's two things why I picked to be a designer. Anyway, it took me a long time to get a job. I finally got hired in an agency in JLT as a junior graphic designer. Really low salary. I think I was on like what, 6,000-7,000 dirhams a month.
Is it?
Yeah, I was a little junior. My first day in the office, I was designing a mood board.
That's sick that you, like, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know there was, and this is just my ignorance, I didn't know there was loads of formal roles back then for graphic designers. You said something about, so talk about your last job, said you got in there as junior graphic designer.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on, let's go from there. So you're a junior graphic designer at this role, so what was your responsibility at this stage?
I was part of a team, and my responsibility was just like working on briefs, a part of the team. It wasn't like actually in control of it. I just got told what to do. I needed an icon, I need a logo. I needed a flyer. This is the brief. Just did what I was told.
So it's like simple jobs?
Yeah.
And then, so how did you progress within that? And also, while you was sort of climbing up this ladder, how do you practice? You just create things at home as well, aside of at work? Like, how do you get better at your craft?
Oh, can't tell you that.
All right, so what did you do to progress to the next level?
I've always been a creative person.
Yeah.
From the minute I wake up to when I go to sleep,
Yeah.
if I see that lamp behind you, I can see something from that. Like, I'm just a creative person. Everything I look at, it just inspires me. And I'll just snap that, keep that in my head for a later time.
Yeah.
It's there. So I'm just always creative. Like, anything. We'll be out with my friends and that's a nice picture. I'll be like, stop, take a picture.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like that. I'm always just thinking about being creative.
Yeah. So you got the natural eye. So you was working for a company in Dubai, but you're studying at the same time. You studying in Dubai? No,
I graduated and moved back out.
Okay. Yeah. So at this stage, you got a junior graphic design job. How did we go from there? Like, talk us through the steps from there to like having your own company now, because you've got a lot of years behind you in this game.
So I was a junior graphic designer for, shout out Circus Creative, for 2 years. And then unfortunately, financials weren't good for the company, so.
This is pre-COVID though?
Yeah, this is back in 2000 and don't even know now. So I said to my boss, like, listen, I'll go off, you sort out your stuff, I'm here if you need me. So I went off, and then 2 weeks later, I got a text from a guy who my boss that I just left had said, yeah, you can use her, he's looking for a designer. And he said, oh, Tyra used to work for me, message her, meet for a coffee. So I met with my old boss, his friend, had a little coffee, chatted about stuff, he was looking for a full-time designer. I was like, yeah, let's try it. So I joined that company after that little coffee. Ended up being a junior graphic designer there, working in a team of 3. Had a boss, she was head designer, and then I kind of just, and it was in F&B, so it's like my favourite thing.
Explain what that is for those who don't have a clue.
F&B is food and beverage. So it was basically working for a company who managed and owned restaurants in Dubai, like the biggest F&B company in Dubai. So yeah, I was a little junior graphic designer, making some flyers, a few logos here and there. Just doing what I did before. Then, a lot of responsibility came onto me. I'm like, oh, can you do that? Yeah, I'll give it a try. I could do it. So then I was like, oh, I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. And then I was just doing everything.
Yeah. Sounds about right. Go on.
And then the head designer left. And then I was like, this is my time to shine.
Yeah.
So my boss was like, you deserve that role. So I became head designer, had my own team. I had a web designer, I had a photographer, I had 2 graphic designers. I was head of design. Then I basically ran the whole design company, like agency department. And then I started to work on concepts. So my boss builds concepts. So he pitches to places and builds concepts.
Yeah.
And then they'd send me what they want to do as a concept. Then I start putting my own input in there.
So,
Actually, I don't like that picture. I like that picture.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So just to elaborate on that, when you say like he designs concepts, so like for businesses, for brands, for events.
For venues.
Got you.
So he builds a venue from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
So then they'd send me over a brief, I'd do it. And then I'd be like, actually, you know what? This picture's better with this, and I think the colour's wrong. Just in my opinion.
Yeah.
And they'd listen to me, and then I'd put my little input, and and they'd always win the pitch. No matter what, we'd always win the pitch. So then I started like, oh, okay, concept design, this is a bit me, like this is great.
Yeah.
Then I started to, instead of me being briefed, I got to the point where my boss was like, Tyra, I need something for Thursday. It starts at 8.
Sounds like me, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I was literally waiting like this sounds just like me.
Yeah.
So what?
Do you know what it is?
One?
Do you know what it is? Starts at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'm like that. Yeah. Need for tomorrow. Okay, boss. Got you.
Yeah.
Alpha pop. Show him 2. Approved. Go live. And it became so quick.
Yeah.
Like I was like, actually, don't need a brief. I know what you want. It's lit.
Yeah.
I know what the brands are like because the brands are like my little babies. I know everything. You can ask me anything about the brands, the venues. I know everything. The menu, the font, the website, everything. So then, yeah. Then I think I worked there for 4 to 5 years.
Mm.
And then the reason why I left, you want to know?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, so we had a big office.
Yeah. So this was the last company you was at before you started Tyra Creative.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay.
Solutions
So this was like the big. This was kind of like the big jump.
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
So I remember it was like 10:30 at night.
Mm-hmm.
I was sitting in the office, and it was just me. My team had left. I think there was one salesperson there. The CEO of the company was sitting in his office. So this office was really big, and at the back, it was like this big fancy glass office. He was sitting there.
Like that.
Obviously, me in the back.
Yeah.
He was sitting at the back. It was 10:30 at night. Thursday night. It was a Thursday evening. No, Thursday evening. Weekend in Dubai. And I was trying to sort out some stuff, and he's there. And he's like, "You're right, T." I'm like, "You're right, boss. Yeah, good. Go on, off we go. Weekend, enjoy yourself." I'm like, "Yeah, I've got to finish off a few things. So Sunday, I'm not stressed. You know, I'm very organised. I'm like, needs to be done. So Sunday, come in new week, get shit done." I kind of went like that, and I was like, he's sitting there in his nice, fucking big office, glass, feet on the desk, nice chair, big Mac. I swear down, this is what actually happened. I was like, I want to be like you. I want to be like you. I was like, yeah, you're lit.
So he owned the company, the
Yeah.
agency.
Yeah.
Okay.
The company.
So did he have any?
It's not an agency. It's a management venue, but they own venues, but they manage.
Oh,
venues.
okay, like
Yeah.
a venue management company.
Yeah, but they own the venues and they manage them.
So did he have any design experience himself, or was he just like directing, like
No,
getting
he's
clients?
just Mr. Paul Evans. I'll say his name right. He's very business driven. Like he's just business. Like he has a very strong team around him. Like he'll say something, like 8 o'clock, literally 8 p.m. and his team is so strong they'll make it happen.
What a great team!
Honestly, it wasn't just me; it was my other team as well.
That is like an entrepreneur's dream.
Yeah, literally. So he had head of operations, head of social, head of design, head of marketing.
Slimy.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
He found one. He found 2 actually, me close. Sorry. He found the first gem, second gem, next one. Anyway, you've discussed me.
So boom. So he basically had a company. So that's what he was responsible for. He didn't have a design acumen really. He was just more so the business guy behind it.
Yeah, no, he's a very clever man. Knew what he was doing. You lost me again on the glass thing. Not the glass. I got to
So
the
you
office.
said you was in the office class when he said, "I want to be like you."
Yeah. I was like, I want to be like you.
Yeah.
So he got up. Have a good weekend. See you Sunday. Have a good one. He's like, don't get too lit because he knew what I was like.
Yeah.
I was like, bye Paul. Hope to see you later. So he went downstairs. Like, cool. So Sunday came, and that day I remember, and you're gonna relate to this right now because we just went through this. He wanted to introduce a new scheme
Yeah.
to control the office, manage time, and just get a bit of clearance of what everyone's doing.
Yeah.
Like, why are you taking that long to do that? Why, like, if my team fucks up, it's my fault. If my designer took 4 hours to do a flyer when it should took 30 minutes, it's my fault. Like, what's going on? Which is fair. Like, that's fair. Like, you're wasting time. You can be more productive.
Yeah.
So he introduced a timesheet. So every day, my team would send me a timesheet of what they spent hours on.
Yeah.
I was more than happy to be involved in that because I think time management is great and being productive and stop scratching your balls every day to get shit done.
Yeah.
But the timesheet was old school. Fill it out, time, name, signature. I was like, this is long. So I was actually spending more time filling out a timesheet. I could be more productive.
Yeah.
End of my day, I could have been doing more things that actually get stuff done than filling out a timesheet.
Yeah.
So I found an online platform called Trello, Monday. I was like, boss, look at this. This is great. It's online. Like, they can log in, swap things around, blah, blah, blah. We had a disagreement. He's like, I want it my way. I thought, what? You need to do that. That's it. You see, when I get told what to do, I'll be like, fuck off. Don't tell me what to do. This is just the nose.
So what happened?
No, we had disagreement, but that wasn't because he did anything wrong or I did anything wrong. It's me. I knew.
Just so everyone's aware, the reason why I'm laughing here, yeah, so if you don't know, Tyra's my business partner in Dubai Connect and also a brand therapist recently. And we had our little disagreement recently, didn't we? But we grew through it.
Yeah.
And if you are thinking about starting a business and you've got a partner, which I highly recommend, you've got to find something which works for everyone. You know what I mean? Got to be flexible. But yeah, sorry, do continue, Tyra. So you had a disagreement, and then what happened?
I just realised that I'm at that point in my life where I don't need to work for you. I can do it by myself. And for me, I had like an epiphany over the weekend. So at 10 p.m, he was in the office, I was still working. And I was like, why am I sitting here making your dream come alive when I could be at home in my office, working till midnight, 4 in the morning, making my dream come alive? Like, it's just...
Working for someone else's dream.
Yeah.
But how important would you say that journey and that time you spent there was, though?
Oh my God, I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Solution Leisure. Like, what they taught me how to work, you can bring me the worst client in the world, like Devil Wears Prada, that woman, she's a bitch.
Is that Wears Prada?
It's a good film. It's like a...
Yes.
I can handle her.
Yeah.
I know because I've worked with so many different people, I know how your brain thinks.
Yeah.
Like, brief, no brief, whatever.
That's why you're even good with the Dubai Connect clients, I feel like. You're just good with difficult people, innit?
Yeah, I know how to be nice.
Yeah.
Like, you can... But the minute you tell me what to do... Now, the difference. Tyra, I need this tomorrow. I want this. Tyra, can you do this? See the tone?
Yeah.
See the tone.
So I basically triggered some old PTSD, basically. Yeah. I got it. So I walked into someone else's beef. Alright, cool. So that's happened now. So you said, alright, cool. F it. I'm starting my own thing. Now, bear in mind, you're in the middle of Dubai, which by this time is home to you.
Yeah.
So you're comfortable here.
Mm-hmm.
What was the process now of starting your own thing? Because that's a whole nother set of, I think, a whole nother set of gems as well. Like the idea of not only starting your business abroad, because to you it was home, but starting a business in Dubai, which I know hundreds of thousands of people probably want to know how you do that in the first place. Like what did you have to go through to do that?
Okay, so sorry, back to leaving my company.
Yeah.
Before leaving, I was actually doing freelance jobs on the side.
Okay.
Because just from word of mouth, being very active in Dubai, out on the weekends, what do you do? Just, networking.
Yeah.
So I've managed to build up a little freelance thing on the side. So I just come up from work on my own stuff.
Yeah.
For a good year, I was working full time and coming home at night and working till midnight, 1 in the morning on other clients. And then I got to a point where I had enough clients to then cover my salary and a bit more. So that's when I had the epiphany. I was like, no, actually.
Okay, so I think it's important that we stay on that because a lot of people just think like, yeah, I'm leaving today, like, do you know what I mean? And you kind of had it set out a bit.
Yeah.
You had another shit to jump to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because you started building your own client portfolio. Yeah. So it weren't just like Friday I'm out and then Sunday I'm like, what am I going to do?
Yeah. I built that. And I didn't actually realise that I built it so quickly. I was just like, I'll do it for you. And I was like, when I looked at the paper, I was like, it's making double right now. I could be sitting here right now making double. I'm actually making enough now to cover that and more.
Yeah.
And then, what was the name of this?
Started your own company.
Yeah, so built my clients, resigned, focused on that, and then I lost where I was.
How you started the business?
So, so I resigned with it. Okay, so I started as a freelancer. So in Dubai, it's very hard to set up. Back in the day, not now during COVID.
Yeah.
But it was like 20, 30K to start a business. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
For like a little person like me, just got 6, 7
Which is
clients.
dirham, so just to confirm, it's about 8K UK. About 8K UK.
Yeah, for a license.
No, about 6K. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, what's the best way around it? Did my research. And then I found a freelance license that was, what, 7,000 dirhams? So I bought that for the year.
So you have to get a license to do that?
Yeah, you have to have a license. You can't just...
So you can't, is that, I mean, that surely doesn't prevent you from just doing a logo for your pal. It's more so if you're doing like big work, like corporate work, business work, I'm assuming.
I think anything that you're getting paid for from doing a job, you should be registered in UAE and have a license.
Okay.
So even if I did a little flyer for you online, I sent you an invoice and you paid me, transaction, I'm a company, like you're paying me for a service.
And I guess these are things that Dubai does because they don't do tax. So it's their kind of tax. Like in the UK, we don't have that. But what we do have is 20 and 40% tax brackets.
And it's protection from you and the client. If I don't deliver, you don't pay, and I'm not registered, like, alright, it's just...
Yeah, no matter what you do.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So, you went into your own business now. What was the thought process behind, number one, naming it after yourself? Bit vain. Number two... No, I'm joking. Number two...
Okay, back to that.
Alright, let's start with
One of the biggest makeup brands in the world right now.
Alright, I'm not getting at you. Yeah? Just so everyone's aware, another debate we had off camera. It's not even a debate. I am open to say that it works. I'm not saying it doesn't work. Tyra thinks that I think, basically, that a business can't be successful if it's named after itself. And I do believe it can be. I'm not saying it. I know it can. I know it can. I believe it can. I genuinely believe it can. And I think you're going to show it as well. Like, and I think you're showing it. Like, your business is like, when I'm saying the number one design agency in UAE, like, I'm not just gassing or just like having fun with it. Like, you have a very, very strong client base. And on top of that, you have a very, very good reputation, which wasn't even my plan, but kind of pivots me onto where I was going with this. So, like, me personally, like, going back to, like, how we obviously met, I came to Dubai. Shout out my guy Junes, my guy. See him, it's like, gosh, yeah. My guy Junes came on a trip, and basically Junes already knew you via mutuals. And then when we had met, I had started to find out more about you. Obviously, followed you on Instagram, and I could see that you was in a similar lane in the sense of like branding, but much more design than like how Brand Therapist was at the time. But yeah and no, because when we first started Brand Therapist, it was very heavy design based rather than anything else. I saw that, and I also started to hear a reputation of you that was a very good reputation. Like, a lot of people had good things to say about you. Like, you was very credible. You knew all the hot spots, which we'll speak about Dubai Connecting a bit as well. And you were very well connected. Like, you were firm on your feet in Dubai. Like, Dubai was your place. But why it was comforting for me as a tourist is because when you come to somewhere like Dubai, you want to know people that are on the ground, because then you won't get bumped on things and you won't get taken a mickey out or sent to shit spots and this, that, and the other. So you have a legitimate, honourable, transparent eye in Dubai.
Yeah.
You've obviously built up a good reputation for yourself. But what I think is actually quite interesting is you've built that up, but it can't solely be from designing. Because it wouldn't be everyone I speak to that be like, oh, Tyra the designer. Just be like, oh yeah, I know Tyra, yeah, she's proper cool, she's proper this, she's connected, this, that, and the other. What is that about? Was that intentional? Is that just a byproduct of being here a long time? Like, talk us through that, because you're like a early Dubaier. Like, you've been here before this whole hype. So what's that been like?
I never actually noticed until like the last year. I think when you came into my life, you mentioned it quite a lot. And I was like, really?
Yeah.
Like, when you say things to me, I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Oh, she knows you. I'm like, oh, she said this about you. I'm like, oh, really? I'm so naive.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, really? That's so nice. She's so sweet, you know. I've just been here a long time and been out.
Yeah. Party.
Like, no.
What have you been out doing there?
No idea.
No, to be honest with you though, alright, not partying, but at the same time, you are a hustler. So what you do is you make, like, you could be on a boat party, for example, and you end up getting free clients out of it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a hustler.
Yeah,
you see an opportunity and you just attack the opportunity.
I met you in Nigel and now we work together.
Yeah, exactly. So what is it that is that important to you, like your reputation and your brand as a person?
What important? Partying or my brand?
Both. Both. Go on.
So there's Tyra Shakil. No, there's Turn Up Tyra and there's Tyra Creative.
Alright, so let's start with the business first. So is it important to you to have a certain reputation?
I never thought about it.
That's interesting. So now that you're aware of it, though.
I'm aware of it, but when before that, like I never thought about having a reputation. I don't care. Like, I didn't really go out there to have a reputation. I was just out there, just having a good time. Like, I'm a good person. Like, I'm a nice person. I'm not being fake. I'm not doing it on purpose. That's just me. So, like, if a girl's in the toilet, oh, hey, nice to meet you. Hey, how are you? Like, oh, what'd you do? We'll talk. Take a number, Instagram. And then 2 years later, I see her again, or I know her friend, or she knows who, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Not just because I'm trying to build a reputation, because it's just me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just, oh, do you know Tyra? Yeah, I met Tyra last week in...
It's always in some mad random spot. Like, yeah, I met Tyra last week.
Oh, I know this girl.
Yeah, last week.
She's a bad.
So, but I feel like you've also got connections in the right places, though. So, like, for example, what we obviously learned through Dubai Connect is, like, you've got, like, you know a lot of owners, you know a lot of people in the right positions. You don't know...
That's two different things. So you've got Tyra that meets you in a club or a bar, and you've got connections via business, because the business side of things, are two of my biggest clients, which I can't disclose because we work with celebrities, but we can't say that, was from me sending a pitch to someone, got declined, his business partner's friend saw him, like, who did that? Then he was like, oh, Tyra. Who's Tyra? Can I have a number? He then gave my number. I was like, oh, I do this for celebrities. Do you want to work together? Oh, yeah, cool. And then that's, like, my work side and then my friendly side is very different. So I get clients from the business side of things, from seeing my work, not looking at me.
Yeah.
Like, not from being a smiley girl in the club.
Yeah.
Like, who did that? I want that. Like, and then that. I'm not saying I've got amazing, no, my work's amazing, sorry, I'll say it.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, oh, it's wow. It's wowing people. So that's why, that's that side of things. The friendly side is just, yeah, I met Tyra a few weeks ago. She's nice, she's cool, she's sweet.
When you're designing for a client, like, what's important to you, like, for the outcome? What is the most important factor to you? Aside of them liking it.
Oh.
Aside of them liking it, from a design point of view.
For me, even though you said besides liking it, if I send a big pitch to a client and the paychecks, because you can get, for concepts, you can get big paychecks. If he says to me, oh my fucking God, this is from last week, my other client, this is amazing, I'm lost for words. That makes my heart fall out my ass and makes me like sometimes I get a bit teary. Then Emirates MBB text, you just X, Y, Z.
Then I get really teary.
No, God's honest truth. I'm being honest with you, I'm not a liar. That hit me more than But I can't know. That, his response to me was like, I'm lit. Because sometimes I can forget I'm good. I need to remind myself I'm good. So, yeah, and then the paycheck obviously as well.
So, a lot of so just to separate for those who get, so you pitch, just to confirm, you pitch certain jobs at clients and you do concepts for clients, and that will be either approved or declined, and once it is approved, you carry on working with them, yeah?
Okay, so there's two sides of my business.
Explain.
So I'm Tyra Creative, I do branding, marketing, from logo to website to social media to make it look nice. I make things look pretty. That's what my friend said before. Make things look really pretty. That's it. And then the second one is, which not many people know about, I don't talk about it because I'm not allowed to. I go to an empty space in a hotel, in a venue, and the client says to me, I want to build something here. I've got a name, and I'll go and I'll build a concept from scratch. Look and feel, interior, website branding, consumer demographic, social media, even to the P&L, even to like your yearly revenue, like the whole thing I will do. Send it to you, you'll pay me a fee, and then... So
you do the yearly revenue for the business man?
Yeah, so footfall, spending...
Oh, okay. So that's more business management?
Yeah, which I learned from a book, because...
What book?
The Startup Entrepreneur's Handbook.
Okay.
Yeah. So
incorporated within your package, it's not just design, it's like design, marketing strategy, and a bit of business management as well.
It's the whole concept. You pay me for a concept.
Yeah,
so...
That's hard. No,
so
I like that.
It's basically... Normally, I'm a graphic designer, so you would give me that in a presentation.
Yeah.
I say, can you make this look nice?
Yes.
I'll go away and make it as a graphic designer. I actually do both.
You wear a few hats, yeah.
So I do the inside content and then make it look good.
Yeah.
So basically, a guy who's got a lot of money, wants to invest in business, doesn't know what to do, finds me. I'm like, yeah, I'll do it for you, and then budget, spit out till the
Sick.
end.
So you manage social medias as well?
Yep.
So alright, so touch on social medias. What's important in the social media? Like let's say for example I know nothing about social media, and because I'm not gonna lie, man, like see someone who appreciates branding like I do, and I appreciate social media, and I'm not like I've just always loved the space. I guess what I love about branding is and I even love design as much as a designer, but I can't design because I love the concept of what's in here going to there and looking sick and doing it. So like when you send me stuff, the reason why I get so excited is because like it makes something look sick. I love something that makes something look sick. To me, that's PR, branding, marketing. It's all mixed.
That's why my slogan is bringing ideas to life.
Yeah, it's so funny because my initial slogan back in the day was turning your ideas to reality.
No, was it?
Yeah. In one of my business, New Money PR. So anyway, from a social media point of view, if I've just started social media, because a lot of them, bless them, yeah, and they follow me and they're on the Growth Daily webinar.
Why you say bless?
Yeah, because it is bless them, because a lot of them, it's like, they ask like, no, honestly, because I want to help them today, like, they ask, how can I make my social media look good? Now, obviously, you can't see your social media right now, but let's say, for example, you've got a very, basic social media. What are some key factors? Give us some gems, like, give us some tips as to how we can make our social media better.
Okay. If you look good.
Good.
If you look good, this is so fucking
cheesy. Yeah.
If I click on your page as a designer, a consumer, a business person, whatever, on your page, and you look shit, you've not even thought about your logo, your highlights, your order of post, your actual, not even looking good, your content. Like you could have the latest flyer and it's talking about waffles. Like, I'm not going to be bothered. If you look good, you've hit the nail on the head. Then it's the next step, content, like consistency. So for me, social media, like I always say to people, always spend money on hiring someone professional because yeah, you can do it yourself on Canva. A lot of my clients are doing this on Canva, which is an online platform you can build, which is great. It works for you.
Yeah.
But when your business gets bigger, you can't do that. You need certain files, certain layouts, a strategy.
Yeah.
Spend money on branding is key. Like spend it.
Yeah.
You might go through a few different designers and find your feet because there is some good and some bad, and you might get bumped. But when you find that one, you trust in them, and then spend money on the branding. 100%.
Logos, like you mentioned logos a few times, like it's weird because I can't ask these questions genuinely because I don't know how, but for years and years, all the businesses I've done, I'm not a creative, but something in me is creative because I understand what I want. And I was saying this to MBZ before, like for me, I came up doing every role that I asked someone to do, I've done most of the time. So I've filmed, I've edited, I've designed logos, I've done all these things.
Yeah.
I weren't fucking good at it, but I did it because I was didn't have no money, I was young, and you just want to attack and everyone's slowing you down.
Yeah.
So I have more of an idea. But when I come, even like my own clients that I do consultancy with, I find that some of them...
Let me stop you for a
Go
minute. You just said I'm young, I'm ambitious, I want to attack. I build a brand, the logo.
Yeah.
So you're building a brand, for example, you did a clothing line.
Yeah.
If you've got money to buy your products and your shipping, put a bit of money on the side for your branding and your marketing.
Yeah.
If you can afford to start a business and invest, like take a bit out of that for your branding.
Yeah. Even if you haven't got money, like this is for those who, what if you haven't got the money? Like, work out some form of leverage. For example, like, you might be able to give them a % of your sales, or you might, do you know what I mean? Like, there's so many different things that you might be able to, like, I started off with designers that just believed, and it's just like, I want to go because I want to get to the end. But logo, like, how important is a logo? Obvious, but let's get into the logo. Like, what do we look for in a logo? Like, what's key? Like, how do we have a good logo? What is a good logo? Like, what is a good logo?
You can't answer the question.
Why?
Because I might have the best logo in the world, but A and B like it, C don't like it. You can't, not everyone's going to like it.
Okay, but give us some pointers in the right direction. Because, all right, what's a shit logo then? Let's start with that. What's a shit logo?
A shit logo is... No, we're good.
No, don't say no name.
No, I'm not going to say big brands in the world that...
Oh, yeah. If you can refer to brands,
If there's too much going on, you confuse the user. Like, what is this? Like, there's got company and co. and sponsored by, and then we are... blah, 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 blah. Even saying, like, for me, and I had before Tyra Creative Design Agency, I removed it because it was just...
A logo's meant to be...
A logo has to work on a billboard and a business card.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work on both, it's a shit logo.
Yeah.
Like, if I see your logo on a business card and I can't read it or see what it is, it's not a logo.
Does it have to have words?
It can have words, it can have icons, it depends. Once you get that, look at Nike.
Yeah.
they've got a tick. Like, imagine I was Tyra Creative with a tick.
Yeah.
What the fuck is a tick?
But you know what?
Because-
I actually like those ones. So
Yeah, no, me too.
yeah, I've come to a point. It's why I even loved what you did the brand therapy logo. I prefer an image.
Same. But you have to... So branding is not just your logo.
Yeah.
So with Nike, for example, back to Nike,
Yeah.
they use their tick on everything. And you know it's Nike. Not because of a tick, but everything else. Like their fonts, their colours, the way they are. It's everything. No matter what it is, I can still know it's Nike.
That's their brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like now with Tyra Creative, I think I've got to a point. I know I've got to a point. Especially with my followers. If I don't put Tyra Creative on it. And you see my pen. Everyone knows my pen. I know it's Tyra Creative.
Yeah.
I've now removed Tyra Creative from it. And you still know it because I've built my brand.
Yeah.
Not everybody else knows it. But start off being clean with fonts, layouts, images, and look recognizable all the time.
That's it.
Yeah.
What is important in regards to a brand? Like, so if I'm building a brand, just give me a few like pinpoints. Like, what's important? What's key to me building my brand?
Okay, good image, like a good branding,
Mm-hmm.
consistency.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be consistent.
Fair.
You cannot launch a brand and then you've gone quiet for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And you post again.
Yeah.
I'm not saying posting on social media, but you launch a brand, you're not consistent.
Yeah.
Doesn't work, they forget about you.
Mm.
And then they find you lazy. Then you lose your drive. Be consistent, stick to it. Do not start anything if you don't want it to happen. Like, you have to be consistent. Branding, consistency, and target audience is key.
Talk about it. So key. Go on.
You cannot open a business and I want to sell t-shirts, back to what you said.
Yeah.
Because I like t-shirts.
Yeah. Facts.
No, you're a dickhead. You don't
Yeah.
like t-shirts. You just want to make a bit of money.
Yeah.
And also back to that, don't start a business just to make money.
Facts.
I want to launch a lipstick line.
Yes.
Because I want to be like Huda Beauty. Okay, that's fine. We can all do it, but put in the graph and why you want to do it to make money, you might as well stop right there.
Mm.
Do you have a passion for lipstick? A passion for Huda Beauty? Like, tell me what your passion is. Not because you want to be rich and be in the Forbes or be an entrepreneur UAE or because I want to show I'm lit. Be lit and work. That's what I'm trying to be. People like this podcast, you'll see that this is the real Tyra. People see me as, this sweet girl. No, I'm trying to be that. And I work and I grab.
What are you trying to be?
I'm trying to... Oh, wow. I am trying to be successful for myself, not nobody else.
What does that look like to you, though? What is success? Because success is different for everyone.
Yeah.
So what does that look like to you?
I want to have my own big agency around the world, multiple locations. And I want to find the Tyra that I was 7 years ago in my first job and make her Tyra.
Yeah.
Like, I want to hire people that were me and teach you how to design, teach you how to do things and bring you up. And also be a school, but a company. Like, I thrive off someone doing good, not from getting paid, from doing good.
Yeah.
That's, for me, success. Being healthy, happy, and living a good life.